Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0 for my dear guys. In this video, I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of nut bolt welding project, different things made by nut bolt. So, my dear guys, when we talk about nut bolt, different made things, ideas, then different question arise in our mind, like as what is the principle of nut bolt, or what is a weld nut, or what is nut and bolt detail. Can you weld a nut and bolt easily? Yeah, or are you sure that you have a well profit uh, from these ideas? So, my dear guys, if we talk about the principle of nut bolt, then uh, I prescribe that the principal function is to create a clamping force across the joint which is able to sustain and operating condition without loosening. Correctly tightened bolt make use of their elastic property. To work well, they must behave like spring. So, what is a weld nut? A weld nut is a special type of nut specifically designed to be welded to another object, spot welding. So, there are various type of different applications and different connections. So, my dear guys, the bolt consists of a head and a cylindrical body with the screw threaded along a portion of its length. So the nut is the female member of the pair, having internal threads to match those of the bolt. Washers are often used to prevent loosening and crushing. So see a beautiful project of a nut washer. So my dear guys, can you weld a nut and bolt easily? Yes. As a general principle, welding should not be done on bolts or nuts. However, if essential, the composition of the bolt and nut, if involved, must be carefully considered and carefully granulated. So, in original, my dear guys, the purpose of a special by a nut. What is the purpose? So, nuts supply nutrients for human and uh, if we talk about granular ice. But when we talk about it, it's in an artificial manner how we can make a different welding project. Then in that is a female configuration and configuration for making different types and different design and different rings. We can make a beautiful ring or a beautiful animal we can make from nut bolt, and different flowers also we can make from these nut bolt ideas. So my dear guys, if we talk about a process of these things, making these things a nut bolt, so nut welding is used to describe the projection welding process used to attach threaded nuts to a metal substrate. So this is a projection weld because the nut either have a partial or full ring projection, or multiple corner edges are formed into projection. So how is a weld nut used? A weld nut is a type of fastener designed to weld to another component in any assembly. So weld nuts can replace heat, metal screw and thin sheet. So metal application, once welded, they form a powerful bond. So how is a weld nut made? The manufacturing method of weld nut made of stainless steel plate as set forth in claim one includes a step of blanking and processing a trap drill hole in a stainless steel plate material having a thickness nearly equal to the height of the nut. So, a step of forming a nut main body by blanking a nut outer shape in the uh, procurement. So, how many type of nut bolt are there? Uh, and different types of nut and bolts. So some bolt types include hex head bolts and also square head bolt, and I say that U bolt and I bolt. So some nut types include coupling nut and flange nut, square nut, and also cap nut. So how to draw nut and bolt in a different categorical position, uh, or how to identify nut and bolt. The measurement of an inch nut or bolt will be listed as the thread size. So a number between 1 and 12, or an inch increment followed by the thread per inch. And if the diameter is less than 1/4 inch, the diameter will be listed as a number between 0 and 12. So the larger the number, the closer it is to 1/4 inches. So what is a welded bolt or resistance weld and fastener are materially binding and can potentially eliminate the need for laborious welding operation. So premium resistance weld fasteners allow for additional component to be attached to an existing metal party while allowing the fastener itself to stay permanently attached. So how strong are weld nuts? Weld nuts form extremely strong bond, however, due to the necessary welding and welding procurement. Uh, Welding nuts are not plated for collision protection. Subsequent painting or plating process would be required to protect the assembly from collision after the welding process has been completed. So, who invented the nut and bolt? It is considered by some that the screw thread was invented about 400 BC by Aeschylus of Trentum, 428 BC to 350 BC. So, my dear guys, I think that my these nut bolt ideas inspired you much, and if inspired, then subscribe my channel and represent my dear guys love with me, and like my video and share my video. So thank you very much guys for watching my video and give me a love, a hot love. So thank you again, thank you, thank you, thank you.